Jonathan Stewart, and in the movie Strange Reflections, I play Jim McCabe.
My name is Marion Edgemeyer, and I'm playing his lovely wife, Carrie McCabe.
Lovely.
I am Brianna Cook, and I am playing the Countess Elizabeth Bathory. There's no way to really describe it in one specific way.
It's got action, it's got romance, it's got moral dilemmas, it's got magic, it's got science. It goes all over the place, and there's a very, very pretty dance sequence in it.
So then, what kind of movie is it?
No,
We're not doing one of those yet.
Did you notice the absolute silence?
Well, it's just our lovely writer for this, Mike. He wrote a very original script, and when I say original, it's just really hard to. Most Hollywood and some independent movies follow what we call a standardized plot line. Either they make fun of it or they follow it. Like, see this in slasher films. You got 5 people start out, they run into the slasher, bad things happen, one person survives at the end. You think the monster person's dead or not. In this case, when Mike wrote Strange Reflections, there's no real what's the word I'm looking for here? There's no real standardized storyline for it. So it takes things from a lot of different genres and kind of makes its own thing. Is kind of the best way I can describe it. Other than it's a very interesting read, and it's going to be a really awesome film when it's done being shot because we've put a lot of work into it so far. Not saying we're not going to put a lot of work into the next stuff too. We're still getting.
But
those.
this one.
We'll put a lot of work into your seat. Stop looking at me like that. Wait, no.
But this one, hands down, will be one of the more interesting ones that we've done so far.
Because
this one doesn't really follow anything, and this one's just tying everything in. So, and this kind of turns every genre on its head. So.
Okay, my character Jim. He's kind of the main character of the piece, as in the POV character for the audience. He starts off life kind of in. A lot of our audience may know this, like when you've been married for a while, been in a relationship, been kind of doing your same career for a while, you can sort of get in this phase in your life where you're sort of in this humdrum kind of, every day's kind of the same thing kind of thing, and you have to find a way to kind of, be creative or find some way to be yourself, even though you've got all these other expectations. And Jim's kind of at that point at the beginning of the movie, and he kind of stumbles across a very interesting family heirloom, and it opens up a couple of doors for him. It's been one of the most interesting and difficult characters to play for me because usually, as an actor, I always play the bad guy. So in this case, I'm not playing a bad guy. I'm playing the main character, which is a little bit more stretch and a little bit more difficult than I'm used to. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Be quiet and have some good looks.
So what about you, my pretty wifey?
Oh.
Yes, I'm Carrie, Jim's wife. I'm the adulterous wife.
Aww.
And I'm used to playing more sweet and innocent characters, and actually I get to be the villain this time, which will be exciting.
Ooh. I'm in trouble.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can't tell we've worked together before. So.
My character is very selfish. She's very manipulative. She doesn't care about her boyfriend either. She's just using him to get what she wants. She just wants to have the best setup for herself possible. She wants to end up with everyone's money, to be very comfortable, to get exactly what she wants, to control everyone like puppets.
And how is she going to get this?
I don't think I'm going to like this answer. I could be wrong here. Could be fun.
Not for you.
We're going to poison my husband.
Oh, I feel sorry for. Wait a minute.
playing is a little bit different than what I'm used to. I'm used to kind of playing either the bit of the twit, because blonde, or the evil character. And this one, I kind of feel sorry for her, because Elizabeth Bathory was in fact a real person. She was a woman of the times, and she was a very high rank in society, and all she really wanted was to maintain this image, and to maintain this image in her mind was to kill hundreds of girls and to bathe in their blood, and in her mind this was her way of regaining her youth and to regain her beauty. So I really feel sorry for her in a way.
So do you find it a little bit more difficult, since me and Marion are obviously playing fictitious characters that have no grounding in history, they're just kind of people. With you playing a historical character, are you feeling the need to do a lot more research, do a lot more
I do.
preparing
I
as
actually
an
did. I
actress?
actually spent about a week on the computer constantly researching everything that I could possibly find about her, because I wanted to know more about her. I wanted to know how her life was, what led her up to the person that she was, and why she did what she did. And at first I thought she was just this really evil person who didn't really care about people at all, but I feel sorry for her, to tell the truth.
I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what was going on until now. Do you know where you are?
In hell. And for what? A few basic girls. I have got this majesty. I was given this right by birth. Vedley told me so. He told me so! They were just basic girls. Worthless basic.
There is a cursed mirror that, due to magic and whatnot, you can pull people through time to you. And Jim is very interested in horror as a person. He's kind of like a lot of our fan base in a way. They like, going to haunted trails. They love Halloween's his favorite holiday out of the year. One of the things he does that actually aggravates Carrie to no end is he runs a charity sort of haunted house thing and donates all the profits that he makes off of it to a bunch of charities. And of course that's money that she would want for herself, because it's something he does, and she's giving me the look like I should slip her 20 right now, or she's been stabbing me. And later. And because he has that interest, and in his background there actually is a family legend of witches and warlocks and all that bunch of stuff. And so when this mirror comes into his possession, he actually has a knowledge of how to sort of use it. And he sort of brings Elizabeth Bathory and Jack the Ripper to modern times. It's really thought-provoking. It really brings up the question of what's a good person, what's an evil person, and when you're given a choice, which is the best option for you, I guess, is the easiest way to describe kind of how that mirror works.
Will there be blood?
Oh,
There shall be
there's gonna be a lot of blood, but it's not gonna be gratuitous.
It's not going to be like in...
It's not going to be
Breaking
Saw.
Bad.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's not going to be a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie. It's not going to be just buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets and Sam Raimi effect of shooting up 40 gallons of blood from a paper cut. It's not going to be that. But suffice it to say, Jack gets to play. What they say, all work and no play. He gets to play, and it's going to be.
And I get to take a very interesting bath.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be fun, and I think somebody here, I'm not going to say which character, but one of us does end up having a bit of a bad run-in with the gentleman. I'm not going to say which one, because you'll have to see the movie to find out what happens. I think the main reason if it was, if I had no if I wasn't attached to the project, this would be a movie I'd want to see. Like, I think that's something we can all kind of agree on. When reading the script, you kind of get it in your head, like, how it is, and then when you're actually filming it, it sort of matches up to kind of how you picture it in a way, just because it tells a really good story, and that, from an acting standpoint, is really hard sometimes, because especially in, like, films and stuff today, a lot of the more original stuff you don't really get to see made because people don't want to put money into a chance. I mean, you're taking a chance investing in anything really these days, but with this, it's going to definitely find its own audience. It's going to definitely be something they haven't seen before, and with it being that way, it's definitely something I would consider investing my earned money into, because it's something new. It's
Yeah.
something original, and I think that's the main reason I would love it.
I would agree. This is something that I would invest in, because this is such an original script and such an original storyline that this is something that I've never seen before, and I would want to see this.
Mhm.
And I would
And-
really love to see how this would
And,
go.
and me, I know Marion has too. We've seen a lot of movies, like, collectively, and I can't think of a single one that matches this thing, like,
No.
as a plot line or anything. So,
Mm-mm.
you got anything to add on that?
You want to see us in a movie?
Yeah, come on, that'd be great.